One of those is find the air conditioning for the middle of the day.
This is like movie season, right? That's why all the big summer blockbusters come out. You go to the movies in the afternoon, you know, you get the matinee deal and you get a break from the heat. You're going to need it. Take a look at some of the numbers we are talking about for today. So we've got temperatures right now, not that bad. 77 in D.C., 75 in New York. A lot of 70s out here through Indiana and Ohio, but warming up very quickly. By lunchtime, you're going to be well into the 80s. And in fact, for Indianapolis, we're heading to 91. 92 in Cincinnati, 94 in D.C., and New York City. We are going to see our first 90-degree day of the season. Tomorrow, we'll do it again in D.C., going to 93, 91 in Raleigh. I mean, it spreads, right? Pittsburgh, we're getting up to 91 as well. And when you factor in the fact that it's going to be a bit humid in spots, the heat index is going to be bumped up as well. All right, so let's take a look at records. So today, we've got the potential for records in a couple of spots. D.C., again tomorrow, we'll come close anyway. The record to beat is 95. We're going to 93. Philly, we're within a degree. Scranton, we should beat it if we get there to 92 degrees. And even Binghamton, New York, 87 degrees. If we get there, that will be a new record high for the date tomorrow. Will it continue? That's the question, right? Look at Indianapolis. We're looking at temperatures today in the 90s, and then we're in the upper 80s for you tomorrow, staying in the 80s as we get you into next week. Average high, 81 degrees. So, Jim, sometimes when you get these big batches of heat out there, you sort of get storms that form around. There's something breaking when it comes to social. What's happening?
Breaking news is social. Sorry, I was trying to get the pictures lined up. We have an incredible video of waterspout Carolina. This was the fog this morning. The tweeter said that she wakes up to fog every morning. This is the time of year
when Maybe it's in her head.
In Louisiana.
I mean, look at this. You got the cloud out here, the storm cloud. Probably just that storm dying off. I mean, just what a gorgeous, gorgeous view.
Keep sending us those pictures. Use the hashtag MyWeather. David Tutera is in-house, Sam, and people are freaking out.
Yeah, everybody's excited.
Hey, guys, you thought school was out for the summer. We're going to keep it going. This is summer school right here. We're going to talk about the heat index. And, Sam, you called Philadelphia's temperature sultry. That was the perfect word to describe because the heat index, and here's the definition. It's just an approximation. It's not exact, and I'll tell you why in a second, but it's how hot it feels on your skin, and it takes into account air temperature and relative humidity. That's the things that can change to give us the number that is that heat index. But it goes back to 1979. R.J. Stedman, this guy put together a table and wrote a paper called the Assessment of Sultriness. Not kidding. And he took all of these things, like how tall or how much do you weigh? He had to make assumptions about, are you sweating or not? Are you walking or standing still? Are you in the sun or the shade? What kind of clothing are you wearing? Is it cotton? Is it linen? He made an assumption about that. So he put together this table that took into account all of these things and created this equation, which we now use to approximate the heat index. It's not a perfect equation, and you can see it's quite big. But the only things that we input into it are temperature, which is the T, and humidity, or relative humidity, which is the R, which takes into account the dew point. You know, I love the dew point so much. It really matters. And when the air is very dry, the dew point goes down. And when the air is very moist, the dew point goes up. And that's why when the dew point is low, sometimes it actually can feel cooler than the actual temperature. The apparent temperature or the heat index can actually go below, but we get worried about it when the heat index or the apparent temperature goes above the actual temperature and gets into this kind of range, guys. And this is what we're talking about, what we're concerned about getting into next week. This is Tallahassee's, Florida's heat index forecast. Not the temperature, this is the heat index. And this is really what matters and how your body's going to react to the outside air. It's going above the 100-degree mark for days. Columbia, South Carolina, same thing. We've got it for days in a row, more than 10 days worth of 100-plus heat index. And this is what we get concerned about when we start talking about heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So be ready for this. We'll have more on this forecast, Sam.
Okay, 8 point.
Begin our headlines in the Northeast, where their search expands into Vermont because temperatures are going to be in the 90s. I noticed the Zac Brown Band. I know Carfagno is a huge country fan.
Yep.
And actually, the Zac Brown Band is the only country song I have on my iPod.
And it's 43 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to AMHQ. Right now, we're taking a live look at Corolla, North Carolina. Oh, Just fantastic beach morning. Got a jogger out here. You know, I love this beach because the sand packs down nice and hard. It makes it great for running, actually. Some beaches, the sand is a little too soft, but you get a nice big area for running. Beautiful weather right now. This spot makes the Knot.com list of best places to get married. So many of you, maybe you've got that chance this weekend, right? Or maybe you're going to a wedding here this weekend or this summer. It's gorgeous. 130 miles of unspoiled beach. I mean, just perfect. And weather-wise, perfect. This is really working out for anyone traveling here this weekend. We've got temperatures upper 80s. You'll have drop to lows overnight to near 60 degrees, and we'll have great bright sunshine during the day. Clear skies overnight. Get a great sky show too, because by the way, the stars have been fantastic lately. If you get some clear skies, and you will get that here. And with not a lot of lights too, you should get a nice sky show. So, you know, as we look at the weekend forecast, it is June. It is wedding season, and we do have the risk of thunderstorms out there. A good chunk in the middle of the country. We're going to watch from eastern Texas, Louisiana, straight up through the Mississippi Valley. Northeast, there'll be some scattered showers and storms. And you know what happens as we get into June, a lot of times these storms form afternoon, early evening here, and then end after that. And that's the kind of thing we'll have to watch Sunday as well, all the way from Texas straight up into the Midwest by the time we get into Sunday.